100%. Mine has many more. But I know this it can be opened.
No, but I hear it's really, really good. Yeah, apparently it was
Which one is it?
What, that little birdie? It's my favorite bird. I love birds, that's why.
I can't hear him.
You know that Francis and Garth are changing places today?
Are changing places tonight.
Yeah.
We got Francis back here.
Yeah. So we brought some of that food tonight, and then we'll bring
You have reached the offices of psychotherapist Gerald R. Smith. Your call is important to us. Please leave your name, number, and best time to return your call. Check our website, www.empathyhelps.ca for hours and details. Oh, shit. Psychotherapist Gerald R. Smith. Your call is important to us. Please leave your name, number, and best time to return your call. Check our website, www.empathyhelps.ca for hours and details.
some of your anger out.
The pillow keeps a lot of it back, you know. When I scream at home, I don't use a pillow. I want as many people as possible to know how frustrated I am.
You scream at home.
Oh yeah, don't you?
Not without a pillow.
The nice thing of me.
Don't get down on yourself.
What? Not down on myself. I just don't figure it's worth a whole lot to be nice. I mean, look where it got you. Sitting here talking to me. Big whoop.
Let's get back to what we were talking about. You and Helen, the weight issue.
Oh yeah, there are different issues with her and me.
Yes, you mentioned that. Can you explain?
Well, not because I can't help it. I've got glandular and genetic disorders and hormone imbalances. I mean, she's deliberately fat. She's just voracious. I mean, I only eat when I have to. But she eats so much it'll make anybody fat.
So you feel she's compulsive about it?
Right. Whereas I'm the victim of my weight.
I see.
You say that with a skeptical tone.
Do I? I didn't mean to.
You think we're both compulsive?
No, I don't. Besides, it's a diagnosis. I don't diagnose, I counsel.
Yeah, that's right. You're not a psychiatrist.
No, I'm a therapist.
I wouldn't be here if I could afford the real thing.
I understand.
So, we need to ask you, what's the deal with these pictures?
What's the deal with them? They're paintings. Hanging on the wall for decoration.
But where'd you get them?
I painted them.
You?
Yes.
You did.
Yes, I did.
They're awful.
Well,
Just horrible.
some people have called them bland, which I don't agree with, but I can accept as criticism. But I don't think they can really fairly be called awful or horrible.
Nah, you just noodle around. You're one of these people that paints nothing. Is that what goes on in your head when you're alone?
You say they're nothing. They're studies of color and texture. Getting back to you, Herman. I've been thinking it might be a good idea for both you and Helen to come in.
So couples counseling.
Actually, I was thinking of having you come to group.
Group therapy.
Right, what do you think?
Yeah, that'll give me witnesses to her behavior.
That's not really the point.
Hey, if I got an agenda, that's my problem. If she comes at the end of this thing, she'll have an agenda too.
Well, as long as you both give it a try.
All right. So, when is the group?
It's Wednesdays at 6.
I think I can make it. I think she can too.
Great, I think it'll help.
I gotta go.
Oh, I was about to say, session's over. So, I'll see you next Wednesday.
Okay.
Hey, call me and let me know for sure. Otherwise, I'll see you next week as usual.
All right.
Hey, good luck with the new job.
Thanks, but I bet it's another loser.
Hello? Oh, hi, Mom. I'm okay. How are you? Good. No, I don't have any more appointments today, so I can be there by 6. Oh, and I heard back from the museum. Thanks for asking, but it was another no. Yeah, it's disappointing. Yeah, a little bit depressing, but at least I got as far as I did. So I'll meet you at the restaurant at 6-ish? I don't know, you'll pick me up? No, it's all right, it's on your way. Got a little paperwork to do to kill the time. Okay, love you. Bye. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, can I help you?
I need to see someone.
I don't have you down for an appointment.
I didn't make one. I was feeling pretty strongly that I should see someone as soon as possible, and I started surfing the web, Googling things like shape-shifting and hallucinations, and then I saw you. I mean, those sites had links to some therapy websites, and there was something about your picture. It looked like you had a safe face.
Thank you.
And I did try to call, but I got your machine, so I just came on by. I know that probably isn't done.
No, it's all right.
Thanks.
Now, you do understand that I'm a therapist and not a doctor?
Yes, I kind of wanted to start light, you know.
I understand. Yes. Do you have insurance?
I do. I spell Randy with an I, but they put a Y on here. They made a mistake.
I see.
It seems to happen a lot.
Well, I imagine so. It's an unusual spelling. We can get to the paperwork in a minute. Tell me, why do you feel you need therapy?
Oh, I have a pretty serious problem. You don't prescribe drugs, do you?
No.
Good. That's why I came to a therapist instead of a doctor.
Really?
I mean, I didn't want a psychiatrist.
You came to a therapist because you knew you could not get drugs?
I mean, most doctors, if they knew what I've been going through, would insist on medicating me.
You think so?
Oh, they would. Probably heavily.
Why do you suppose that is?
I'll have to work up to that, okay? I don't know you yet.
Of course. Take your time.
I mean, you can't report me, can you? Turn me in?
No, unless you seriously violated.
I haven't committed a crime or anything. I just mean, you can't call and have me committed, can you?
No.
Even if you seriously decide I'm nuts?
Define nuts.
You have no idea what a loaded question that is for me right now.
How so?
Okay. Look at me. What do you see?
A young woman, a very pretty, well-dressed young woman.
Thanks. Does this dress suit me? Because getting clothes was harder than I thought it would be. I didn't know my size. Small, medium, large. That was always my frame of reference before. And the prices, my God. Little slivers of fabric, $50, $70 on sale. And makeup? I know this the stereotype, we all use it. But I didn't know the first thing about makeup. Luckily, I don't need a lot. At least that's what the gay guy at the counter told me. But he spent a lot of time with me, and I had to buy something. So I bought a lipstick. Turns out in bright light, my lips just disappear. That never happened before.
You just bought lipstick for the first time?
$40.
$40 for one lipstick.
But see, I had to spend at least that much to get the free gift.
Huh. What was the free gift?
I'll show you. This purse? This is now my most vulnerable body part. It's kind of like having balls you have to remember to bring with you.
First purse, too.
Here it is. He said I'd only need it for dramatic evening looks. Now I can't even figure out how to open it.
It looks pretty high-tech.
See if you can get it open.
Sure. You ask me what I see when I look at you. Why?
Yeah, I'm evading. We're getting along so well, and I don't want to screw it up.
How could you do that?
By telling you.
I can see this is really difficult for you.
It is.
I give up. Sorry.
Possible, isn't it? Doesn't matter. My evenings have been too dramatic anyway.
How so?
Okay, you look at me and see a pretty young woman. Kind of hot, really, right?
Yes. Sure, of course.
I mean, no brag, just fact.
Yes, you're a lovely girl.
Thanks. But in truth...
In truth?
In truth, I'm a man. And not a pretty one. Well, an okay-looking one, except in really harsh light. Not pretty by any stretch. A guy kind of like you. Regular. Cute, you know, but not a head-turner. Someone you have to get to know. I hope I'm not offending you. You are nice-looking, but do you know what I mean?
Yes, you're not offending me.
You're acting nonchalant, but I can tell the wheels are turning.
Well, of course. I'm thinking about what you're saying. I want to help you. Do you mean that your inner self is a man?
That I'm a man trapped in a pretty young woman's body? No, that's not what I mean.
No.
Actually, that is sort of it. But I'm not a tranny.
And you're not a transvestite?
I'm not trans anything, sexual or vestite.
I see.
No, I'm a man who wondered what it would be like to be a pretty young chick for a week, and I got my wish.
You just wished.
Uh-huh. But now it's been more than $2,200 or $2,600 worth of clothes. I don't know. It's rising by the hour. I'm really starting to panic. I can't avoid my parents forever.
They must be worried.
And on top of that, I think I'm getting my period. I'm bloated and cranky. And so yesterday, I stopped at the drugstore and confronted this insane variety of feminine hygiene products. And I thought, holy crap, another expense I never knew existed.
Right, I always skip that aisle. Actually, but at a distance it looks pretty elaborate.
I always skipped it too, before. But now that I've had to decide, I think I prefer napkins to tampons. I'm not ready for anything internal.
Randy.
Yes.
Is this a prank? Did my mom set this up? Mom.
Okay, I'm not going to be offended that you asked me that. It's perfectly understandable. You've probably never talked to anyone in my predicament before.
No.
But I'm going to tell you firmly, no, I don't know your mom. She did not send me as a prank, and neither did anyone else. And please don't ask me that again. It was really hard for me to get up the nerve to come here, you know.
Of course, I'm sorry.
That's why my name's different on the card. I was Randy, with a Y.
I see.
If you have to tell yourself you're humoring me, that's fine. Just as long as you don't press a secret button and call the cops or the psycho paramedics or whatever.
I won't. There's no secret button.
Okay. I'm ready to talk if you can listen.
I can.
First, let me get these damn shoes off.
Sure.
Oh, I hate these evil things. But I get a lot more looks with them than without them. So, ask me something.
Oh, all right. Why did you wish for this?
Well, like I said, I'm not a great-looking man. I'm about average. I've had relationships on and off, but I've been alone for a while.
And why do you think that is?
Well, if I'm really honest with myself, I have to admit, it's because I just don't like gay men.
It's because you don't like gay men.
No, not even culturally that much. I mean, I know they're supposed to be the epitome of good taste, but I just hate those stupid endless remixes. That's all anyone has to dance to anymore.
Why would being homophobic make you want to be a pretty girl?
No!
I'm sorry, that's a judgmental term. I shouldn't have used it in our first session.
I am not a homophobe. I'm a homo.
Oh, you're a gay man.
Yes. Couldn't you tell?
No?
Well, I suppose right now it's not so obvious, but yes, I'm a gay man who's always attracted to straight guys.
And what is it that attracts you to them?
They're just better. They're cuter. They're not such picky eaters. They wear whatever they're given. And they hate campy old bad movies because they're bad.
I see.
Of course, they generally don't like to have sex with men.
That would seem to be a drawback.
Some of them will let you do this or that, you know? The anonymous sex thing, public parks.
Airport restrooms, Craigslist.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about. But they're just using you. They don't really want you.
Right.
But I would see these cute guys flocking around these young girls who could just pick and choose and let the guys fight it out. And I wondered, what would that be like? To be the beautiful, desirable girl in the middle of all that.
That's a powerful fantasy.
Damn right. So I was out for drinks with a friend of mine, and I said I would love to be a hot chick for a week, just to have straight guys look at me like that.
Is this friend of yours also a gay man?
No, he's a straight guy, but not one of the cute ones. I've been avoiding him too since I became a hot chick. I know he'd get a crush on me. I'm so his type.
He's probably worried about you too.
Well, I sent him and a few of my other friends an email saying I was on a trip.
So, how did this change actually happen?
Well, later that night, after I made the wish, I had all these strange dreams, and I woke up and I had to pee. So I went to the bathroom, but it was still dark. I didn't turn the light on because I knew I was going to go back to sleep. But when I reached down, it wasn't there. And there was something else.
What'd you do?
Well, first I sat down.
Good thinking.
I actually didn't panic. I mean, it felt really real. I had never actually felt one before, but I thought, this is what a pussy feels like. More on that later.
Did you remember about your wish?
Uh-huh. I thought, I'm dreaming that my wish came true. And I looked in the mirror and I turned on the light and I saw this naked girl standing there with all this amazing hair.
What'd you do?
I said hi. And she did too.
Weren't you scared?
Somehow no. But my dog was there and he was growling and I reached down to reassure him and he nipped me and it hurt. So I knew I wasn't dreaming. Or maybe you can feel pain in a dream. I'm not still dreaming, am I? I mean, I really am here.
Absolutely, you are.
I'd say I'm relieved, but I'm not. That was 15 days ago, and the wish has expired. But I'm still like this.
Randy, this is pretty serious.
You're telling me.
I think it's over my head, frankly.
But the ones who would technically be more qualified to talk to me would probably tell me I was psychotic and do God knows what. Lock me up, drug me, shock me, either that or lobotomize me, and I've lost enough body parts already. Thank you very much. Of course I've gained some too. Aren't they fabulous?
Yes, they're very, very nice.
I just love them. They throw me off balance though. I nearly tipped over the first time I brushed my teeth.
I guess your center of gravity must have shifted.
It's not just that. It's the hair, too. In real life, I'm nearly bald. I just love this hair. I love it so much I even bought more.
Hasn't this affected your job? What do you do?
I work from home. I telecommute, so it's all on the computer.
That's lucky.
Yeah. But I've got a video conference coming up in a couple of days, so I guess I'm just going to have to quit. I mean, work has become a sideline pretty quickly. I spent a lot more time studying the orgasm thing.
The orgasm thing.
Okay, we all know women have better orgasms than men, and we all know they can have more of them. So one of the first things I wanted to do was find out.
Yeah, and?
Oh, it's true. It is so true.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're kind of just great, you know. But these really go places. It's like your favorite movie, but longer and in 3D. It just keeps playing, and it never even gets remotely boring.
Interesting.
I spent the first couple of days just having them over and over again. I mean, I got myself off 47 times. I made tick marks on a notepad. I found the dog, but I just let him go to the bathroom on the floor. I wasn't going anywhere.
47 times.
And that's just with my fingers. God knows what numbers these women that rack up with vibrators and all. They must be in orbit. Hey, isn't there a store near here that sells those?
Yeah, the neighborhood's not what it was.
It's tempting, but I'll hold off. I wouldn't want to get greedy.
So, what happened? You did eventually get out of the house, obviously.
Yeah, I ran out of food and got tired of cleaning up after the dog.
So you went out.
Uh-huh, but I had nothing to wear. So So I took a long t-shirt and I tied a belt around it, and it kind of looked like a dress. My hips made it work. And I cut my flip-flops way down so they didn't look like surfboards. It was really weird getting in my car. It felt huge, and I had to move the seat way up.
Oh, where'd you go first?
To a big box store where I could get clothes and food and shoes all at one place. And it started happening right away.
What started happening?
Guys looking at me. It was coming from all directions.
What was that like?
The greatest rush ever. I mean, some of these dudes were seriously cute. The kind of guys I wouldn't dare look at before were looking at me with these laser eyes.
You must have done a good job with that outfit.
Oh, they were looking right through it. It was like we were in this big, loving X-ray machine.
Wow.
All through the store. Rich guys, poor guys, young and old, black guys, white guys, Latin guys, Asian guys. Like paparazzi following me around with hard-ons instead of cameras. Some of them had both.
Was that erotic?
Are you kidding? I was the center of the universe. I felt like the North Pole with all these stiff compass needles pointing at me. Everyone wanting to plant their flag.
Wow.
It was incredible. There was this one guy, this sales clerk, who helped me find a jacket. He was just a doll. Beautiful eyes, great body, and so sweet. He even guessed my size right.
What'd you do?
I flirted like crazy. I mean, not slutty, just letting my eyes connect with his. He was adorable.
Did he respond?
With his eyes, yeah. But he stuck to the sales associate script as far as what he actually said. There was a point where I thought he was about to say more, you know, take it further. But I decided I shouldn't do anything drastic right out of the gate, so I moved on to another department.
I'm glad you were cautious.
Yeah, but I was so horny I could not even walk straight. So I stopped off at the ladies' room and got myself off. 6 or 7 times.
6 or 7 times?
Just to take the edge off. God! All those hot faces with their eyes on me. It was incredible.
I can't imagine what that would be like. Although, being an artist is kind of like that.
Makes you want to play with yourself?
No, I mean, it gets you people's attention and makes you feel the power in that.
Are you an artist?
Yes, a painter.
Are these yours?
Yes.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
They really are. And they show the kind of personality I think a therapist should have.
Huh.
Accepting. Orderly. Gentle.
Wow.
They make me think about childhood, you know? Distant childhood. Back when you're first learning to see, but it's all so new.
Huh. You really respond to them.
Seriously, they're good. Do you show them anywhere else?
Funny you should ask. I just got rejected from a major museum show. Would have been a real breakthrough for me.
Aw, so you didn't get in.
No, I made the finals, but in the end, no go.
Aw, you must be disappointed.
Sure.
Well, at least you were seriously considered.
Yeah, I guess that means something. Thank you. Well, let's get back to you, Randy.
Okay. Where was I?
You were in the ladies' room. Taking the edge off.
Ooh. Boy, was it hard to keep quiet in that stall. I think I managed. In the afterglow, I bought 5 pairs of shoes. And then on the way out, I ran into that same adorable sales clerk.
The one who guessed your size.
Uh-huh. He was on his way to take a break. He looked so happy to see me. His face just lit up. And he asked me if I wanted to have coffee with him at the store cafe. So I said, sure. I mean, that sounds safe.
How'd it go?
Well, even though I was a little worn out from that flurry of self-stimulation, I sat there just wanting to mate. I mean, being with him felt so completely natural, like we were in the forest or something.
Primeval.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I know men are animals, but they're my favorite animal. Yeah, just sitting next to him, smelling him, seeing the way he fit into his clothes. It was this crappy polyester store uniform, but it showed off his shape really well.
Did he notice you looking him over?
Oh yeah, something was flowing back and forth between us. Ooh, we were enchanted.
That's a great feeling.
So you felt it?
Sure.
So you know what I'm talking about. But then, as I was floating in it, I got this twinge.
Of what?
Fear is too strong a word. Danger.
Danger.
He was so much bigger and stronger than me. I realized that he could, well, you know, I realized I could never just go with some guy.
You were smart to realize that.
I mean, even if he couldn't overpower me by himself, he could get other guys to help him. They do that, pack together like wolves and go after some poor girl. And I realized I had these flimsy clothes on, all my skin exposed. I just froze up.
What'd you do?
Well, I said I had to go. And he asked if he could call me, and I said, I don't know. So he asked if I would call him, and he started to write down his number. But there was this despair in his face, you know. He knew I wouldn't call.
Oh, that's a good way to wriggle away.
Yeah, I just had to escape. On the way out of there and all through that big parking lot, I could still feel all those eyes on me, but it wasn't fun anymore. I was so relieved to get home.
So, did you ever call him?
No, I just couldn't.
That was the end of it.
Nope. A couple of days later, he calls me. Says he got my number from the computer system with my credit card information.
Surely that's unethical.
Sure as hell is. So he's all apologetic because he knows he shouldn't be calling, but he's been waiting and waiting for me to call, and he says he can't stand it anymore. He thinks he loves me.
Uh-oh. What'd you say?
Well, I was nice, but I asked him to please not call me anymore.
Good. And?
He cried and said okay.
Cried?
And then he called back 10 minutes later.
Doesn't sound good.
I know. I told him he was scaring me, but he just kept calling and calling.
Well, you should probably change your number.
I did, but then he started coming around knocking because he had my address.
He's stalking you.
It's weird to hear you say that word out loud.
When's the last time you saw him?
Yesterday, when I was at the drugstore, I saw him sitting in his car across the street, but he hasn't come by since then, so maybe it's over.
Do you think he could be dangerous?
No, not unless just following me around itself is a bad sign.
If you ask me, it is.
Really? Who's that?
Jerry! Damn it, I forgot. It's my mom. I made plans to see her, and I forgot when you showed up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sorry to have to end the session so abruptly. I'm coming. Mom, I'm with the client.
I thought you said